Social media and websites might show you where you want to stay. Sales, they tell you when to book. But they rarely tell you where you actually are. I'm Megan, and yes, I talk about Sandals and Beaches resorts. The weekly sales, the promos worth booking, and the ones you can skip. Room categories, upgrades, insider tips, and how to actually get the best value for your vacation. But a resort doesn't exist in a vacuum. It sits on an island with a story, shaped by history, culture, food, people, and moments you'll never find on a booking page. On Islands Uncovered, we go beyond the resort gates. We talk about the islands and the people that Sandals and Beaches call home. The legends, the flavors, the unexpected stories hiding just beneath the surface. Because the best trips aren't just well priced, they're well understood. This is where smart booking meets storytelling. This is where vacations feel more meaningful. This is Islands Uncovered. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Islands Uncovered. My name is Megan, and I'm the owner of Dare to Dream Travel. And today I'm so excited. I have an extra special guest here. I'm down at the beautiful Sandals Royal Curaçao, and I have Kimberly, the Director of Sales, here with me today. Kimberly, thank you so much for joining me.
Always a pleasure, Megan. I mean, you said thank you, but it's always a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me, actually.
Yeah, I think that's one really great thing that Sandals does for the travel advisors is it gives us the opportunity to talk to people like you who are at the resort, so I really appreciate it. So why don't you start by telling us a little bit about your experience with Sandals, like how long you've been with Sandals and at this property, and if you've been in any other Sandals resorts?
I have been to other Sandals resorts, but I've never worked at a different Sandals resort other than Curaçao. I come from corporate business, so I'm a more corporate baby.
Yeah.
But Sandals Royal Curaçao has been my first step into hospitality, and boy, did I hit the ground running.
Hospitality is interesting.
Listen, you said that right. But the thing is that for me, you separate, you change the service or the actual product, but then business is business.
Yes.
It's the same thing. The ledgers look the same.
Yeah.
Everything else is the same. It's just a different flair to it. So hospitality, the newest thing for me was the smiling.
Oh,
24/7 smiling.
You're
that
not
was
just
the
in
biggest
your own
thing.
office.
Yes. But so in a nutshell, I've been with Sandals for 4 years now.
Okay.
Since opening, so that means hard hat and boots. This was very interesting because we had to unpack sofas and get the rooms ready. So it was kind of a unique experience, but it definitely left a very special place in my heart for the resort in a whole.
Yeah, well, it's like you've helped to grow it then
Exactly,
from the beginning.
as in you were a part of the puzzle.
Yeah.
You know?
I always think about that when I come to the resorts and you see how much detail is put into the decor, but also I have an event planning background. So I have had this wedding business for 15 years. So we're always, thinking about the chairs and the tables and these island, thinking about all the stuff that has to be chosen and picked out and brought in.
Yep.
It is a lot.
It can be a lot, yes. And it depends on definitely the mood board or whatever the client, customer, guest, however you want to call it in the field, whatever their vision is, because you can have a client or a guest, whatever we want to call it, that has a simple idea, but you can have like over the top, waterfall in the middle of the function type of thing. So it really depends which way you're swinging.
Yes, definitely. Well, I feel like the resort decor here is really well done. I know this is a Sandals 2.0 property, so everything has that more elevated feel to it. But I love the rooms here. They just feel really well put together with not being overdone. The colors, it all is very relaxing and calm. It's funny, even my husband yesterday, who's here with me on this trip, he went to the bathroom down by the beach in the restroom.
And that's a beautiful.
And he came out and he was like, wow, they really decorated that bathroom well. That's my husband.
Yes,
like,
yes,
okay.
That's true. And let me tell you a secret. So we let me call it inherited the skeleton of the resort because it was a previous Hyatt resort. We didn't demolish everything. So some of the things we let's call it keeping the old and tying it in with the new. And I really think the designers did a splendid job, just like you said.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I can remember the previous resort had everything a little bit more dark. It had more of an Arizona type feel.
Okay.
Definitely different. And when you walk in now, and sometimes I have guests who have stayed at the previous resort before it became a Sandals, and then I have guests who say, "Oh my God, Kim, it's the lush, the green, the colors that we added to it." It's definitely a difference. And we have to say that we are the first Sandals 2.0. So we were the first 2.0 baby, followed by our sister in Duns River, and then St. Vincent, of course. But I can seriously say that the powers that be, they know what they're doing.
Well, speaking of that Arizona feel, one thing that sets Curacao apart from a lot of the other resorts is you fly in, and if you don't know coming in, like, it's a desert.
It is
down
a desert.
Here.
It is a desert island. I always joke and say to the trades that whenever you come, especially if you already know Sandals, you expect lush green, St. Lucia, Jamaica, and so on, just to name a few. But once you hit Curacao, you might have PTSD. And I mean it in a jokely way. We have more cacti than we have people on the island.
Yeah.
But when you reach the resort, that is not the case.
Yes. It's like all of a sudden it is lush and green and it has that tropical feel again.
Correct.
But you're looking at some, like, when you're on the beach, you can see other land that's still at the desert. It's a different feel. So I wanted to ask you, what are some of the things reasons why you think people who like to travel to Sandals, should come and check out Curacao? Like, what are your favorite things about this property?
The tourism board has a slogan, and I'm going to piggyback right on that one. They use Curacao, you have to feel it for yourself. And I truly believe that that's the best slogan that they could have come up with. Because I'm going to try to explain, but please don't hold me for it, because again, you have to feel it for yourself. But I'll give you a few examples. Curacao as an island, before I go to the resort, is a Dutch Caribbean island. That in itself is a difference. When I say it's a difference, because the regular Caribbean islands, and I hate to use the word regular, but you understand what I mean, come from a more English inheritance, while as we have a multicultural inheritance, and now namely or basically more Dutch than anything else. Our laws are in Dutch. The majority of our schools, let's call it a good 50%, are in Dutch. So you would have that the typical local person from Curacao, we call it YDK, U di Curaçao, which translates to a child of Curacao.
Okay.
Speaks 4 languages.
That's so impressive.
Exactly. And it gets better. If you're going into the schooling program here from the 6th grade, and I don't mean it on a business professional way, but you can speak 4 languages once you're in the 6th grade. And the basics would be Spanish, English, Dutch, of course, and a native language that is Papiamento.
Okay.
So those are the 4 basics.
And those are very different languages.
Very different languages.
Yes.
Very different, and both written and spoken, because you have the difference, of course. After that, you get to choose if you want to add French, German, Portuguese. So there's a few options out there.
Yeah.
When I was in school, I dreaded it. I was like, oh God, why are we doing this? And I can remember, fun fact, my mom always used to say, choose a language. Don't speak gibberish to me. Like, choose a language. Okay, if you started your sentence in Dutch, because I come more of a Dutch household, finish it in Dutch. If you want to start the next one in English, that's fine. But don't tease my brain. So you can imagine
about that, like how your brain has to.
You have to switch. And I said.
And I noticed the bartenders too. Like, we were sitting at the bar down by the beach last night, and obviously we are speaking English. Somebody else came up and ordered, in Spanish, and it's just
It's very fluent.
It's very fluent. It's very impressive.
Now, outside of the languages, once you look at all the heritage that comes with the languages, we also have a big multicultural population.
Mm-hmm.
So this puts that the flavor for the food would differ as well. Because let me put it this way. The Dutches are known for their cheese, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we put cheese in everything.
Gouda, Gouda,
exactly,
Gouda, right? Yes,
Gouda. So this will bring to it that everything culinary wise changes as well. And I'm not only talking about the Dutch. I'm talking about the Caribbean flair.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about the Dutch flair. I'm talking about the Hispanic flair or the Latin flair, if I can say it like that, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
So it definitely gives a twist in general to the island. Now let's go to the resort so we can stay on topic. Stay with me, people. Once you're on resort, Sandals ensures that wherever they secure a resort, they take the culture with them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this must have been so difficult for them when they reached Curacao the first time, because you have to try to pinpoint, what do I really want to offer to my guests? So I'm happy. I won't say happy. I'm relieved that I was not part of that crew, because I know that takes a lot of research and input and testing out and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
If you can notice, all over the resort, we have different restaurant names. Let's call it as simple as the names. We have, for example, Strand.
Mm-hmm.
That is literally in Dutch beach.
Oh, okay.
It just means beach.
Okay.
And that is our seafood restaurant in the evening,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
For lunch, you have your barefoot style lunch, but at the end of the day, it also serves Bitterballen,
mm-hmm.
which I'm gonna try to explain what it is.
I had it the last time I was
here. Did you like
it?
I
tried it. Yes, I mean,
it's okay.
I'm very I'll eat anything. I like to try different stuff. Yeah.
So let's try to, and correct me if I'm wrong, let's try to explain what it is. I would call it like a croquette,
mm-hmm.
but inside it has more of a ragu-ish. Does that make sense? Finish.
Yeah.
So it's not sturdy. Can I say it like that?
Right. Yeah.
It's more of a goulash. Can I say that?
You're describing it really well without making it sound bad.
Exactly.
You could, use it.
So I have to say that it is for an acquired taste. I have had both guests liking it very much or not liking it at all.
But Sandals is the perfect place that you can come and try some of that stuff without feeling guilty about it. And if I remember correctly, they just give you a little plate with maybe 2 of them. It's not like
it's not a lot. I think the portion is 5.
Yeah,
but I think the portion is 5. But at the end of the day, if you don't like it, do not feel guilty about it. You have to really enter any resort, Sandals or not, off the record. You have to enter every resort as an experience. Because at the end of the day, that's what it is. And that's why I like the slogan, because you have to feel it for yourself. If you move further along, just staying on culinary, you have Canal, which is our pastry shop. And Canal means canal in Dutch. Mm-hmm. It's literally like a channel.
Yep.
So what you would have is that we have the Dutch version of the pancakes, which are poffertjes, if I could say it like that. And these are literally mini pancakes, people. Don't panic. It's just fried different.
Yeah,
and
they're
it's
like
small,
puffy, right?
Exactly,
Small,
and they're puffy ones. You can have these topped with whatever you like, caramel, chocolate, cookies. I mean, I've seen it all. And they also offer a waffle on a stick, and your typical stroop waffles would be your traditional waffles, sugar waffles that we have in the Netherlands.
Yes.
So when you look at all of that, and I didn't even reach the food trucks as yet and all of that, but culinary-wise, we tried our best to incorporate everything into it, culture-wise as well. So there are some things that we definitely do differently, but of course, staying in line with the standard SOPs for any Sandals resort.
Yes, you see the bikes.
Exactly. So the bikes are first come, first serve. Let me say that, because I have a lot of questions on the bike. Like, do I need to reserve them? I have people that have literally gone 4 flights of stairs with their bike just to secure it in their room.
Oh my goodness.
People, it is not that serious, okay? You can find the bike on resort and just stroll them. Exactly. But to each their own.
Yeah.
I won't hold it against you, but just let us know that you're missing a bike in the room.
Now I'm imagining the cleaning staff going in and finding
what
like
is
bikes.
this? Exactly. Exactly.
That is funny.
Exactly.
Well, I can't not mention the fact that Curaçao was in the World Cup this year. Congrats to Curaçao. That's a big deal. The smallest nation this year.
We got our Guinness history plaque and everything, so it's serious now.
And you scored a goal against Germany, which is so fun. I wish that we were here while Curaçao was playing.
That was crazy.
Was it?
It was.
Yeah.
It was crazy, but all good though.
Yeah, you got 2 more games to celebrate. But what is the resort doing to help celebrate being in the World Cup? Because I know that's unique to this resort right now.
So 2 things. We have a partnership with Ajax. So we do future goals and stuff like that as well. If you know the Sandals Foundation, you know that's a program that we do with small children. We teach them soccer from young. We recycle any plastic waste that is in the ocean, and we make goals together with a company called Limpi, which means clean in English. Yeah. And they literally set gift back to the schools and do training programs and so on. So that's one part of it. The other side of it is that on resort, we have this big screen on the beach. So, I mean, you can watch the World Cup anywhere, but watching that on the beach would be very, 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 very interesting. So there's a whole setup on the beach, a big screen. We also have snacks, depending who is playing. We try to have the snacks according to the location that's playing. Yes. Let's see. If Mexico is playing, we try to have tacos and so on. So we give it an extra flair. So we stay within the theme.
It is so fun. And it brings a little bit of, the outside into the resort. Are there other things you have done like that in the past? Celebrating like events in the world?
Yes, yeah? I can remember recently we had I don't want to say Independence Day, but let's call it Independence Day for lack of a better word, for Curaçao. This is on the 10th of October. You know how you know the word in Dutch and now I'm trying to find it in English? So forgive me for that one. And then we brought all the cultural celebration here on resort. We also have done, let me call it simple things or out of the box things, like 4th of July is a party here. Okay. Or Christmas and New Year's is an event as well. What I have to say is though that I know it's not the norm for you to be on an all-inclusive and leave the resort. However, for us in Curaçao, we have been voted as one of the safest islands in the Caribbean. So we actually have a program within Sandals that you can dine out depending on which tier you are in and so on. So the culinary experience both on and off resort is amazing. Yeah. I am a foodie. I don't know if you can see.
I cannot see.
But I love a good culinary experience. And I have to say that over the past years, Curaçao has become more touristic than before. And I call it the Sandals effect. I get bragging rights. Yes. However, we have come a long way into how we treat our culinary, our outside city, and so on. So there's tons to do, both on and off resorts. I mean, even if we look into excursions, there's so many options now. I think if you Google Curaçao now, we are definitely on the map, and it did not used to be like that. Yeah. Some people didn't even know how to spell it.
Yeah. And that's one of the last things I wanted to touch on is I think when you come down here, this is one of the resorts that a lot of people, not that they don't on the others, but more people maybe do take advantage of leaving the resort.
Correct.
And, like I mentioned to you before we got on, my husband and I were, taking a cab into town tomorrow, and you can certainly do the island routes excursions if you're more comfortable, or you can rent a car. Yes. You can take a cab and feel comfortable doing those things. And that's a big part of my podcast is it's not just about Sandals, it's about the actual islands themselves and the destination. So
what I just want to add to that is, and I say this with all due respect, it does not matter where you are in the world. If you're doing something foolish, you will get mugged.
Of course.
You will get mugged. So I can remember I was having a discussion with a fellow advisor, and she was like, "Oh, are you sure it's safe? Blah blah blah." And like I can remember I went quiet, and she said, "Oh, I don't mean to offend you." I said, "I'm not offended, ma'am. It's just if I turn and just," I said, "for lack of an example here, if I turn a wrong corner in Miami or New York or wherever in the world, I'm gonna have a problem.
Yes.
If you don't feel comfortable, by all means, stay put."
Yes.
But I could tell you that the statistics do show that it is very low.
Yeah.
Don't do anything foolish.
People,
at the end of the day, we're all adults.
Yes.
You should know what is smart and not smart to do.
Exactly.
But statistically, there you go. It is shown that we are one of the safest islands in the Caribbean. We have a big influx now as well. I have to say that we are working very, very hard on getting more air, because I know it can be a little bit difficult. And that is conversations way above my pay grade. However, I am lucky enough to get intakes, so I know that we are working very hard on it as well.
Yeah. And I mean, you guys have the cars that you let certain rooms here use, the Mini Coopers.
Yes, correct.
That's unique.
That is very unique. That is very unique to the resort. Simply said, and I think you touched base on it already. Let me keep it short. The 2 top tiers that we have in room categories, and I'm not going to bore you with the details because I have 25 room categories.
Yeah, you've got a lot. People, reach out to me. I'll tell you what they are.
Megan is your girl. But in a nutshell, the top 2, anywhere where you're staying 7 nights or more, you will receive the Mini Cooper as part of your program. And what I always say is, whenever you're speaking to your plug, that will be Megan, be sure to tell her what you are looking for as an experience. This is my best suggestion, because we try to be your fairy godparent. We do. And I always say all my advisors are my trusted allies. So what I mean with this is help them help me to ensure that you have a great stay. So if you know you're not even worried about the room, you want to be out and about, hanging at our double tier infinity pool, having a chug contest or whatever, no judgment, that's fine. However, say that. Say that, so we know, okay, let me give you a entry-level room. Let me put it like that. Ensure you have enough excursions and enough fun stuff to do, nighttime activities, and then you get to enjoy the pool. If you say, no, Megan and Kim, I want to ensure I am all the way where it's very quiet, I want to read my book, I want to unplug, that is fine too. Again, no judgment. But as clear as you can be, this helps us to ensure that your experience is exactly what you want it to be. Because as much as we pretend that we can read minds, spoiler alert, we cannot.
Yes.
We cannot, right, Megan?
I agree. And this resort is larger, and I feel like the different sections are very different from each other. It is always helpful, to reach out. So
they are. And the only thing I didn't touch base on is golf and pickleball, that I think is very important to touch base on. We hold 8 pickleball courts and 2 tennis courts. This area, we call it the Racket Academy, and it's a little bit separate from the resort. It's walking distance, so don't stress. We have a nice little cooling facility in the middle of it where you can catch a break, drink some water, get a cold towel to refresh, and get back into action. The courts are open until 11 p.m. 11. So that makes that if you just had dinner early and you finish and you said, hey, I still want to do something a little bit more active, just in case you feel guilty about that cupcake, you can definitely have at it. Outside of the pickleball courts, for now, we do not own the golf course. We have a very good partnership with them. They give us a special rate. For now, it's $175, 18 holes, green fees and cart included. So that's not a bad deal.
No.
However, we are trying, and it's still in the works. If my GM was here, he would have given you the price. However, I'm more Dutch than him, and he looks Dutch. I don't. But for me, once things are signed, sealed, that's when I can say, okay, this is what the price is. But for now,
Right.
it's $175, and Megan, I'm your plug.
Yeah.
So if you need to check back on that, we'll always
Sure.
let you know.
Okay.
All right. So those are the activities. Diving is included. If you already know Sandals, you know that is a wonderful asset.
Yes.
As long as you have your certification, because we're trying to ensure that you do not pass to the other side.
Yes. My husband is out on a snorkeling boat right now. So not scuba, but snorkeling. And it's so fun that all of that stuff is included. Yes.
And then we have a lot of dive sites. Yeah. A lot of them are very close to the resort. You do not waste too much time getting to the sites. The crew is so much fun, even if I say it myself, but they really genuinely are. And I have to say that they are really precautious into safety and all of that. So if you need information prior to getting to the resort, reach out to Megan.
Yes.
She will be sure to liaise with me, and I'll get you all the information you would need if you truly want to dive. Let's say you don't have a certification, you can get that here as well. That, however, does come at an additional charge, but believe me, that would be the best experience you would have, because you are vacationing and you get to seal, a very special, let's call it, talent.
Yes.
To scuba dive.
Do you scuba?
I have in the past.
You have? Yeah.
I don't have enough time to do it now. My GM, Jeffrey Spielman, he scubas a lot.
Okay.
I think not as much as he would want to, but since he started working here, he got his certification. And you have that a lot of guests ask him to go scuba diving with them.
Okay.
So
it's kind of like golf where I'm from.
Like, exactly.
If you're it's up there, thing, you gotta go. And,
exactly. Exactly. But
it's
it's fun. There's something to do for anyone.
Yes.
I mean, from, like I said, from laying on the beach or by the pool and not doing anything to being your party little self.
Yep.
There is something.
You can be as active or relaxed
as you want. As you want. Correct.
Well, Kimberly, thank you so much again for giving us the overview on the resort. I'm so excited that I get to be here for another 3 days.
You better enjoy
it. Yes, because I'm here just, primarily on a vacation this time. So
correct.
Going into town, get to see it. And yes, thank you so much.
Always a pleasure. I hope to see you back soon.
Hopefully.
And I'm sure you're going to enjoy town.
Thank you again.
Bye-bye. Bye.